In the last tutorial, we went from scene to scene, and we've made a few more of our scenes, and then we get this error at the end because we're in scene 4. It's telling it to go to scene 5. We don't have a scene 5. We'll fix that in a second. But first, I want to show you in this. I'm gonna make a new button prefab that takes us back to the menu. Okay, so let's do that first things first. In Photoshop, I created a a menu icon, and same way we're going to go File, Export. Just doing this to show you the same process again. Menu buttons going into our images folder of our game. Hit Save, and then we could find it going into there. Now, what we're going to do, let's open this assets folder up because we're going to utilize this button. I'm going to copy and paste this. On my keyboard, I guess I could push Command C, Command V, or we can copy this way, and then can we hit paste? Let's see what that does. Okay, there it is. Now we want to drag it into the canvas as well, but I think, what are we gonna do? We have a couple things on here. We have this load new scene thing on there. It says scene 5 right now. But on this one, we're gonna right click it, and I'm gonna say, you can see there's some prefab things we can do to this. And we're gonna unpack this prefab so it's not the same one anymore. It's not gonna be that button. You'll see that it's changed color. It looks, I guess, empty now. And I'm gonna change the name to a menu button instead of just regular button. And then when I have it selected, let's anchor it to the top left. So remember, you hold Option on your keyboard. I'm holding Option. It says Alt, but that's for Windows, I believe. So Option on your keyboard and click this here, and then it anchors it to that top right area. And I'm gonna use the arrow keys to just kind of put it there. Okay, and then here, we're not gonna call it scene 5, we're gonna give it the name of our main menu, which I believe, let me open this up, is literally main menu, but with no spaces. Okay, so main menu, and the M's are capitalized, hit return. And I'm going to I'm going to change the image right here. Instead of UI Sprite, I'm going to click this circle with the little dot in the middle, and we can look for our menu button graphic. And look at that, there it is. But it's oval. We don't want that. If we click this Preserve Aspect, it will preserve the aspect ratio, and we can now let's get rid of. We don't need this text, do we? So we could actually hit this little arrow here. We could select this text, control click it, and hit delete. So we don't need that text in there. That's more than we need. I'm gonna double click, and you'll see some stuff here. You see this border here? We don't necessarily need all of that. So let's take this. This is a reset tool, and we could kind of drag this to make it kind of match the size here. So you don't erroneously click in that empty area maybe. Okay, and so now what we're gonna do is, so we have on here, it says it's gonna load the main menu, and we wanna reuse this button on all of our scenes, so we're gonna make a prefab of it. Okay, so let's hit Assets, and let's take this menu button and drag it into the prefabs folder. And there we have menu button now. So let's save this. Okay, I'm gonna test it out. Let's see if it works. So I push play. When I click that menu button, it takes me to the main menu. That's good. Okay, so let's see what happens when we go to, let's just start at scene 2. And we want to put that prefab into this scene. So what I suggest is we drag it directly into the canvas. So let's open up the prefabs folder, drag menu button right into canvas, and that way it puts it in a similar spot. It doesn't look quite exactly the same for some reason. It's weird how coincidentally it's matched up with the image here, but I don't think it's. I should have held shift. Let's hold shift. Fill that out. Okay. And let's move this menu button, double click, and move it into place we want. And if we want to get an exact same location, we could pay attention to this. Okay, if we make this let's go 80 and 80. So I guess that's negative 80. Okay, save, and then let's go into, what is this, scene 2? Let's go to scene 3. I probably could have just copied and pasted that. So we got canvas. Let's go to prefabs. There's multiple ways of doing the same thing. I could have copied and pasted from scene to scene. And, that's weird. Okay, so it didn't retain its location. It's good to know. So we go 80, and there's probably a way to do it. Negative 80. Okay, so I just forced it to be in the exact same place as the other scenes. So let's go, let me show you. I can copy here, Control copy. And let's go to scene 4. And I already have it in here. And let's set this at 80 and 80, negative 80, so they're all the same. So scene 4 already had it, scene 3 had it, scene 2 had it, menu doesn't need it. Let's just see how this goes. So we can go to the next page. Let's go back to the menu. Let's go a couple pages in, say we want to go back to the menu. And let's go to the last page. Got an error here. Does that actually break the whole game? No, it's just throwing an error. You could tell it has an error when you see these red letters down here. It throws an error, but I can still go back to the main menu. Okay, so we've got a prefab made of this menu here, this menu button here, and we have added it to all the scenes that we have so far. I will add those other scenes in another video so I don't make this one too long. Okay, so go ahead and have fun making your menu button. Have fun.